Here we have verse 32 of the 13th chapter, the Gospel of John. We have a continuing statement by Jesus regarding the fact that the upcoming atoning act that is going to be taking place later that week is a moment in which there will ultimately be great glory that is given to Christ in consequence of what he's doing, and glory as a result of that comes back to the Father. And so we have a continuation of that thought. You notice the brackets here, which are simply to say that there are a considerable number of ancient manuscripts that don't include the phrase that we have here. It's found in some later ones. It's not well attested to, but it is enough that it's worth at least mentioning. So A takes the indicative, could be rendered sense. Then ho theos, God, e doxasthai. This, of course, is the word we saw in the preceding verse. Doxazo means I glorify. This is third person singular, aorist passive indicative. It's aorist, so it actually is referring to something that would on the face of it be in the past tense. So if God has glorified, or been glorified, really it's the passive, if God has been glorified in auto, referring to Jesus then, in himself, the dative here with the preposition in, and then the actual sentence, as we would find it in the best manuscripts as well, kai, here meaning also, ho theos, God, doxase. This is the future of doxazo, so will glorify him, that is Christ, the accusative, masculine singular pronoun, in auto, presumably in God. So God will glorify him, Christ, in himself, and euthus, the indeclinable adverb, immediately, same word, doxase, and immediately will glorify him. Probably the best sense of this is that Christ is referring to the fact that though he is just about to go through the great agony and indeed the humiliation of the crucifixion, it's going to be immediately thereafter that Christ will be glorified. The ascension will take place 40 days following the resurrection. He will declare all authority has been given unto me. He will ascend, and the ascension, of course, is an ascension to his throne, and that is a moment in which he is indeed glorified. And so it seems that what Jesus is assuring his disciples of is that even though there's going to be these really difficult days that are just immediately in front of them, nevertheless they can hang on to the great truth that ultimately the glory of Christ is going to be realized readily and quickly, and that's going to be part of what will be the inspiration, the engine behind the task they will have to go into the world and declare that he is risen, and declare that he is indeed the King to whom people need to be reconciled.